Hey there YouTube, it's Evan here. Sorry it's been so long. I really haven't been able to make videos because I haven't been able to buy Kaijudo stuff. I've been looking for a job since the battle decks came out and I just have not gotten one. I've gotten some interviews, but I just haven't been able to get one. But I had an interview at Toys R Us today of all places and ended up getting the job. It's only seasonal, but it pays pretty well. So I will be able to bring you guys some Kaijudo content soon, and hopefully we'll be going out to Plano, Texas to go play a league with Thunder Sultan and his group, because I think that'd be pretty fun, and hopefully Chris will be able to tag along. Today I'm going to bring you guys something not Kaijudo related, but it's still Duel Masters. I was going through on trade cards online and found a really neat new deck from a person by the username of SubKing, and it caught my eye because it used two new cards that Removal Video actually pulled from one of his recent pack openings, and those are Dawn Grill Flavor Chief and Wild Vegetable Secret 1000 Cut. Now these are from the Duel Masters OCG, the Japanese card game, and they're based around, well, Wild Veggies. It's an aggro deck, very, very rush oriented. It's almost kind of combo though, because you combo out with this guy. So let me give you the numbers. There are 4 Dawn Grills, as well as 3 of the secret cuts here. So let me go over what each of these does. So as you might expect in a Wild Veggies themed deck, this is the key right here. This is the big Wild Veggies evolution. He evolves on a Wild Veggies. He's a 5 for 9,000 double breaker, but he has gravity 0, and that says when there are 4 or more Wild Veggies in your battle zone, you may summon this creature without cost. So when you combo out to having 4 Wild Veggies, you get to play him for free, and typically you're playing 2 or 3 of these guys at once, which is very, very powerful. And then the other card from the new DMR06 that is in here is Wild Vegetable Secret 1000 Cut, and this has the new mechanic called Attack Chance. And it says Attack Chance Wild Veggies. When one of your Wild Veggie creatures attacks, you may cast the spell for no cost. So that means basically when you declare the attack, you play this and then choose a target, and then the attack goes through. So the effect of this card is, this turn, one of your creatures gets plus 6,000 power and breaks an additional shield. So this card can be incredibly devastating if played correctly. So 3 of them. Moving on to the main Wild Veggies engine, we've got 1 Dandy Eggplant and 4 Geo Eggplants. These are the main engine to get lots of creatures out in the same turn. So we'll start with the Dandy Eggplant. This card is restricted to 1 in the OCG, and I don't really know why, but I'm sure there was some shenanigans in the past that caused this card to be insane. But it's a 2 for 1,000 Wild Veggies creature that says when you put this creature into the battle zone, you may search your deck. Search your deck. Put 1 card from your deck into your mana zone, and then put 1 card from your mana zone into your graveyard. Then shuffle your deck. So what you do is you play this guy, and then search up a creature. It comes into play, or search up a card to put in your mana zone. It comes into play untapped, and then you destroy one of your tapped ones. So it's kind of a +1 on mana, even though you're still losing a card. But 1 of him, because it's restricted to 1. And this guy does a very similar thing, but you can't search. So instead of searching, you just take the top card of your deck, and then destroy one of your cards in your mana zone. So there's 4 of him and 1 of the other. And here's the last bit of the engine part. It is Victory Apple, and there are 4 of them. Victory Apple is a 2 for 2,000 Wild Veggies, and it says, when you put this creature into the battle zone, if you tapped a Wild Veggies creature to summon it, you may choose a creature in your graveyard and put it into your mana zone. So that makes up for all of the destroying from these guys. It also has an effect that says, when you put this creature in the battle zone, if you tapped a dragon creature to summon it, you may return a creature from your mana zone to your hand, but there's no dragons in this deck, so that effect doesn't really work. The next one has a pretty funny name. It is Princess Peach. This card's awesome. It's a 3 for 2,000 Wild Veggies / Snow Fairy that it says you may reduce the summoning cost of the second creature summoned during your turn by as much as 2, which can, make one of these guys cost 1, or one of the evolutions cost 1 if you're actually paying for it, or rather 3. But really good stuff. And they stack, I believe, so if you have multiples, they will be reduced by 2, but they cannot go down past 1, as always with Duel Masters. So 4 Princess Peaches. And this is the recursion card. We've got Turnip Witch. It's a shield trigger 3 for 1,000 Wild Veggies. When this creature enters the battle zone, you may choose 1 card from your mana zone and add it to your hand. So if you end up getting something in your mana zone you don't want, you can pick it right back up. This card has some great artwork. It's called Great Cactus, It's a 4 for 2,000, and it says when you put this creature in the battle zone, you may search your deck for a Wild Veggies creature and add it to your hand, or reveal it and then add it to your hand. So he's like a pterosaur that only gets veggies. So 3 of them. And this is probably the coolest card in the entire deck. We have Magic Cucumber, and this one says, when you put this creature into the battle zone, search your deck. You may choose 1 card from it and put it in your mana zone. If you do, put 1 card from your mana zone into your graveyard, and then put 1 non-evolution Wild Veggies, not named Magic Cucumber, into the battle zone from your mana zone. Then shuffle your deck. So he's kind of like a Soul Swap on a stick that can also search. It's really powerful stuff. So 3 of them. And the last actual Wild Veggie in the deck is a Brawler Acorn. He's a 7 for 7,000 Double Breaker that cannot be blocked by creatures with less power than it. Just a tech card against decks that run a lot of blockers. So we'll move on to the other Civ, which is Water. We've got 4 Intense Vacuuming Twists, which is a shield trigger that lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and then add 1 to your hand. You may reveal that card. If it is a fire or nature card, you may bounce one of your opponent's creatures back to their hand. So, and then you put the remaining cards back on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that card is really good. It's becoming a staple in Japan, I believe, for all the fire, water, nature, all these variants that run, well, water, nature, and fire. So 4 of them as the only shield trigger in the deck. This is one of the changes I made from the original author's deck list. It's 4 Energy Stream, because he had these fortresses that let your opponent draw an extra card, and so did you on your turn. But there's no modern blue frame, and I wanted them all to be in modern frames, and I like Energy Stream, so I swapped them for streams. And we've got Streaming Shooter, which this card in this deck really should just say draw 5 cards, but it's a 5 mana spell that says reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and put all fire or nature cards into your hand, and then the rest into your graveyard. So most of the time this is a draw 5. And the last card, which this card is becoming insane in the metagame in Japan, this is Cebu Lambada, the Super Electromagnetic. Cosmo Cebu Lambada, I'm sorry. It's an evolution creature, 5 for 7,000 Double Breaker. You evolve it on any fire or nature creature. It has the ability Meteor Burn. When this creature attacks, you may destroy the creature underneath this one to draw 3 cards. It has another ability that says, at the beginning of your turn, you may take a non-evolution creature and evolve it under it. So basically, if you have a creature in your hand, you can just pop it under it at the beginning of your turn, before you draw. So that's the Wild Veggies deck. I've been calling it Vegetable Soup because of water nature. Let me know what you guys think of these Japanese decks. I have a couple more that I have printed out, and I'll probably do some battle videos if you guys want to see that kind of stuff. I'm still working on the cube, but the format I tried for the 0 creatures is just too slow. I have a post on Pojo, and I would really appreciate PMs, comments, all that kind of stuff for an OCG cube. That would be really powerful stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get you guys some Kaijudo stuff here pretty soon. But until then, you guys take care.